How are you?
Yeah, curious, exploring.
Still curious? That's good. Yeah. What have you been exploring?
So it's still about thoughts.
You're still attached to them. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the attachment to the thoughts?
So I'm
What?
struggling a bit with the intensity of how deep you can go because all is thoughts. All that I
No,
see.
no, all isn't thoughts.
No?
No, no. What else is happening apart from thoughts?
Yeah, the senses.
What else?
Movement. So
No, there's no movement.
the body is moving.
No, it's not. Movement is an appearance only. Appears to be moving. If it's always simply now, how could something move? You'd have to measure it from one point to another, wouldn't you? So let's just assume that that's one end and this is the other end, and there's all these nows in between both those points, right? All these now moments between both those points, right? This is how we think of the now conceptually, right? But if it's always just now, when can something move? Compared to where? You have to understand, if it's always just now, where does something move from and to? If it's always now. Try and get your head around that just for a moment.
I mean,
You could
when
only say, yeah, whatever the object was, right, for argument's sake, yeah, it was once there, but now it's there. But the once there has nothing to do with now, does it? So it's always now. So how do you get movement in now? I could pose the exact same question about time. How do you squeeze time into now? How
yeah,
do you do that? Time is a concept. Yeah. Movement is a concept.
yeah, I would
Because
need a reference for movement. I see that
yeah,
now.
yeah. Okay, but if it's there, right, and now it's there, your reference is gone.
Yeah.
It's an assumed reference, isn't it?
Mm.
Well, it was once there, and now it's there, and that equals movement. Can you see my point? This is important. It's important, you know, because the only thing that creates the seeming movement is mind. The only thing. Yeah. I don't know. There's an object. Okay. It's there. And mind says, and now it's there. And it moved, the mind says. Yeah. Now it's here in reference to where? Where it once was? In reference to where? In reference to where? Where it once was? Do you understand? If you understand that it's always now, then it's just always now. Look, now, 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 now. now. Always now. Now. But we say it's moved because it was once here. You can't see it there. Do you understand? Can you see what this does, how it creates the seeming movement? Do you understand? Yeah. So, yeah, that seems to be happening. Yeah, but the hand's always now. Now. It's always now. Yeah. It's only mind saying, well, it's moved in reference to where it was. Do you understand? But there's no reference there where it was. You're getting me?
Yeah, I get it, but I'm wondering, why do I perceive it so differently, or have I perceived it so differently?
Because you've always looked through the filter of the mind.
Yeah, crazy.
Always. But no, it's not. Like, we're taught to do that. It's conditioning. We're taught to look through the filter of the mind. Taught to do that. Yeah? Now, a moment ago, I said, so you're still interested in the thoughts? Well, it's hard not to be. They're so deep and they're so noisy and they're so this and they're so that. Yeah. I said, okay, what else is there? And you went, the senses. I said, okay, and what else is there? And the answer is?
Does this?
You're conscious.
Mm.
Why are you ignoring consciousness? Because you are. You're choosing to have interest in thoughts above consciousness. Thoughts for you are more important than consciousness. And
It's so difficult.
I know, you've been trained that way.
Mm.
Yeah, you've been trained that way. You're used to finding the answers with thoughts. That's, yeah. Now, what you're looking for with thoughts can't be found with thoughts. You can't. With thoughts, what you're actually looking for can't be discovered with thoughts. So the answer's not in the mind. Yeah, that's where you keep looking, right? You do. You do.
Apparently, I do.
Well, yeah, you are, because there's questions and there's questions about thoughts. And
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, the only thing you really need to know, well, there's a couple of things, I suppose, but the main things you need to know about thoughts is they just happen. Yeah. Valerie's not the thinker, because if Valerie was, she'd switch it off. And you discover you can't. Okay? That's important to know that. Really, really important to know that. Yeah. The other thing about thoughts is coming to an understanding that thoughts create things. Thought creates that. Thought creates the laptop in front of you. Thoughts, those thoughts that are appearing in your mind at the moment, are creating me sitting here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can,
That was that.
yeah. Go on.
That was the thing I was referring to before. So, with saying thoughts are everything, then I meant thoughts create everything, right?
Right. But what do they use to create? What's the primary, what's the fundamental of thoughts that gets used to create? What are thoughts made up of?
It must also be consciousness.
More basic than that. What are thoughts made up of?
Or they are made out of other thoughts.
Well, they're made of words, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true. Mhm.
Just words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Labels. There's a phone, and a thought says, that's a phone. Yeah. Now, if you remove the label phone, now what is it?
There's something yellow, but then there's another thought.
Well, it's just another label. So let's remove the
Mm.
yellow label. Now what is it?
Consciousness in the end.
Without the words, you don't know what that is.
Mm.
Now, my question is the word phone the phone?
No.
No. Well, then why are you taking the word phone to be the phone? Because that's what you're doing. We just remove the word phone and we remove the word yellow. Now you don't know what it is. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Does the word fire burn you? And when you say fire, does it burn your mouth? Fire. It doesn't, does it?
Mm-mm.
Can you drink the word water? What's water without the word water? What is it now? See, Valerie, the mind has labels for everything. Okay. And now here's what the mind does. Okay. It takes the label to be the thing. We're proving that now. Let's remove the word phone and let's remove the word yellow. Now, what's that? What happens? What
I
happens?
can't say anything about
Right,
it.
right. And all we did was remove two labels. Now you don't know what it is. Can you see how the mind takes the label to be the thing? Can you see that? You can?
Mm-hmm.
You can. Yeah?
Yes.
Good. What's your name?
Valerie.
Okay, good. Let's remove that label.
Mm.
Now who or what are you?
Yeah, it must be the same. I don't know.
Good.
I
Are
just know
you
that I'm here.
good? This is important though. Are you the word Valerie?
No.
That's what you're taking yourself to be. And then there's all the other labels. Hi, my name's Valerie. Here comes some labels. I was born such and such a year. The first school I went to, notice these are all words, right? Went to was blah, all words, which are labels. All labels. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what the mind does, it takes the labels, yeah, to be real, like the word water, to be water. And you know the word water is not water. You know that. Yeah. So then we come back to me. Yeah. Me. So me could be me could be parents, me could be I am, me could be I'm here, me could be I'm depressed, I'm happy, me could be all words. All words. This is important. Yeah, because here, where we actually are, here, yeah, doesn't require a word. To know this doesn't require a word. But to know this, you've got to get past word. This is prior to word. It's first. Let's call it consciousness. It's another label, but let's just call it consciousness. Yeah. Could you be aware of any words if you were unconscious, if there was no consciousness? Would there be any words if we got rid of consciousness? Would there be any words if you were unconscious?
No.
There'd be no words, right?
Mm.
Okay. Good. Now, let's get rid of the words. Does that affect consciousness?
No.
That's because it's first.
Mm.
It's prior to words. And what we keep ignoring is this, which is prior to words. You call it consciousness if you like, an intelligence, energy, awareness, all labels. Yeah. So even when I use those labels, consciousness, awareness, intelligence, energy, God, whatever, right? When I'm using those words, they're labels, but I'm pointing to something. When I use those labels, I'm pointing to something. What am I pointing to?
To what's here?
Good. What's here? Don't take the words or what the mind is saying right now to be what's here, because anything it says is not going to be this that's here, correct? They're going to be words, labels.
Mm.
You
Yeah, there's
understand?
a searching for something.
Yeah, of course. It's what it was doing then was searching for a different word that perhaps I haven't heard or you haven't used, right? That's what it was doing. But still, it was searching for a label to name just this. And even if it did come up with a different word or whatever, it's still a label. It's not just this, is it?
Mm.
Yeah.
What is it about attention? So, because I have the feeling it can go somewhere, it can be very narrow and a bit broader.
What's the question there? You're on the right track. I just want to know what the question is. What's the question?
Yeah, I don't really know, because if I'm asked who is the attention or am I the attention, it would be the wrong question. But
Well, what, do you fully know what you're not yet?
so I'm trying to get
Okay.
used to that concept that I'm not thoughts.
Well, okay, let's have a bit of a look at that. Are you thoughts? Because if you say yes, then what you're saying is, hi, I'm labels.
Yeah, I get it, but when I'm thinking, it seems to be so that it's only thinking. So where is consciousness when there are thoughts?
Prior to thoughts.
Right. But where does it go when there is a thought appear?
Nowhere.
Yeah.
It's right here. It's right here. If it went somewhere, the thoughts wouldn't happen.
I wouldn't hear them probably, because if I'm
They wouldn't.
not
That wouldn't even. If you weren't conscious, they wouldn't even happen. Boom. Wouldn't even happen if you weren't conscious. Yeah. Like, are you conscious right now?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see how aware you can be of consciousness right now. It's your only interest. Not interested in mind, not interested in thoughts. And you are conscious right now. Delve into that. This is a pointer. Try not to take it too literally. It's a pointer, what I'm about to say, okay? What I want you to do is to become acutely aware of consciousness, which sounds too, I know. That's why I said it's a pointer. Just trying to get you back here where you are experiencing consciousness. Now, for God's sake, stop ignoring that and choosing to focus on the mind instead of this. Dive in there. Consciousness. You don't need the mind. You don't need the mind. You don't need the mind to be conscious, do you? Do you need thoughts to be conscious? Tell me.
No.
Well, good. Good. So leave them. Leave them. Explore this directly.
It's like some energy is coming up. It gets a bit like
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Stay there.